The National Examination Council, NECO, has released the 2025 Senior Secondary School examination results, with Kano State emerging as the best performing state, marking a historic achievement for the state and its educational system. Nigeria Today will take a closer look at the performance trends, challenges and opportunities that emerge from this critical assessment. The program will examine the data, discuss the factors influencing student performance, and consider the ways in which these results can inform future educational strategies, identifying areas of strength and weakness to exploring solutions for improvement. Thanks for joining us on the program. I'm your carrier, Clinton. Now, with me in the studio for the conversation, looking at the review of the NECO result for 2025 is Professor Dantani Ibrahim Wushishi. He's a registrar and CEO, NECO. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nigerian viewers.
And joining us via Zoom is Ulushola Bankole. She's an educationist and the former chairman, NAPS FCT. It's a pleasure to have you, ma'am, on Nigeria Today.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Nigerians.
Start with you, ma'am. Before I come to Prof, tell us, what is your assessment of the performance of the, they just released the performance of the students, and they just released their 2025 NECO results?
Yeah, from the analysis that was done by NECO themselves, it indicates that there is an improvement. But I still believe there is room for improvements generally too. Of course, with concerns of, over the way our students learn these days, over the concern about the way the exams are conducted, and the trying to ensure that there is no malpractice, that whatever results we see is actually the true condition or the true state of the performance of the student. And I believe that, the effort that is being made by the Federal Ministry of Education in conjunction with these exam bodies, including the National Examination Council, that is NECO, in bringing about the CBE or CBT hybrid, hoping that after a while we would actually have full CBT, will go a long way in getting to ensure that the students actually perform to ability. That's the way I can say for now. Thank you.
Okay, now back to you, Prof. So talk to us. Kano State emerged the best performing state. Now talk to us a little bit about this. Let's know, what would you think were the factors that played out here?
Okay, thank you so much. Let me a little bit take you back memory lane. NECO was not doing this kind of analysis before now. By 2023, we observed that one of our mandates is to conduct also research to improve the quality of education and quality of testing in Nigeria. And we have research and statistics division. And we thought that the examination we are conducting itself, all the categories of the 5 examinations we are conducting, they are researches on their own, because students have been taught over a period of time, and it's our responsibility to conduct exams for these students that have learned something over a period of time. So it's like we are also conducting research so that all these periods of learning, what is the resultant outcome? Now, if you have an outcome, what does that outcome tell you? What is the direction that outcome is indicating for you? We observe that these are not given out to Nigerians or to states to understand their standing as far as this performance is concerned, so that it will be an indicator or an insight for those states to measure their own standing between their co-states, that it will serve as a barometer for every state to measure itself against its sister states. And we do this on the basis of the general performance and also performance by male and female. So we decided that if we have to also conduct research towards improving the quality of education in Nigeria, then we are generating huge data. And we are just housing those data. That data is not supposed to give us a lot number of informations. And we are not utilizing them to give us information that Nigerians who are stakeholders, the states who are stakeholders, the regions who are stakeholders will use to look at it and also further ask themselves questions on why do we perform this low or why do we perform this high. That will give them an information on how to go further in improving education standard across the state, and that will proliminate into improving standards of education in Nigeria. So that was why we felt we needed to start this
giving
analysis.
Out information.
Yes, we have to analyze this data, give Nigerians information about the data so that they will further also get certain information that will improve the quality of education within each state and consequently Nigeria. This is why we started this analysis and ranking by state. In fact, ranking by state, ranking by region. We have 6 regions. After ranking by state, we do ranking also by male and female. We also rank by region.
Okay.
Out of the 6 regions, which region is the best as far as the outcome of our result is concerned? So we use the data to rank region. And within each region, there are states. We use also data from those states within the region to rank states within those regions. Okay. Overall ranking, then male and female ranking. So that within a regional setting, you assess yourselves because there are similar characteristics across states within the region. So you look at yourself and ask yourself, why is my state performing this way? Okay. Then that could also prompt a research to find out from that state, or how do we now go about improving education, or maintaining the quality or improving the quality of education. Okay. So that's why we started this in 2023, we did it in 2024, and 2025 we did it. And we are happy that it is eliciting debates.
Yes.
For instance, it is eliciting debates because we are provided the information. So it is a barometer for the state now to look at themselves, or for government within the states to look at themselves to say, what is my performance in education? What did I put in place for the improvement of quality of education in the state? And that will reflect in the outcome. And I just came back from International Educational Assessment Association conference in Zambia, which held between 5th and 13th. I think we came back just last week.
Okay.
So we conducted a research using 2024 data generated from our own examination. Okay. And the accreditation that we had performed before that examination to compare the quality of or the relationship between the results from the states and the provision of facilities from our accreditation. We found that there is a relationship between provision of resources in education and outcome of learning from students. We just presented that. Yes, okay. And performance. We just presented the paper in that international conference.
Okay, I'll just hold your thought, Prof, there. So let me bring Olushola here to talk to us. You heard what Prof said about the analysis. Now, in your own perspective, what do you think this analysis will do to the quality of education in Nigeria?
All right. You see, I guess to a large extent now we're seeing more of us getting concerned about what quality we're offering. And we know that when we're talking about quality, of course, we want to assess to be sure that, when students are taught that what the quality of what they were taught is really relevant, and then it meets what it needs to meet in the, in the nation, and then being global citizens as well. So assessment is very critical. I've listened to the prof, emphasizing on more effort being put in to ensure that the level of assessment was good. Even though I had a personal experience, or let me say my students had a personal experience during this last NECO exam, which wasn't too pleasant. Of course, it was reported to our custodian center. That was based on the attitude of the invigilator that came. I guess he felt, okay, maybe like every other school does, they want to cheat, and so he was expecting whatever. And then we had to say no, and then he did something. So, but what I'm driving at basically is that, the level of assessment, how it is done, the quality of the questions, the quality of, which will impact the quality of outcome. I want to believe anyway, to a large extent, that, with the new revised curriculum, the revamped curriculum, if we're able to follow through, we should see better, outcome and output with our students. The reality on ground is that, we need to ensure that our exams or assessments are also not such that it's is focused on or priding ourselves, which we see maybe in the universities particularly anyway. Of course, maybe not with NECO in this case, where the teachers or the assessors or the evaluators are priding themselves almost like in the fact that the students fail. But at the same time, like he said, it is important that our exams are rid of malpractice of any form, any sort, so that, and I think, NECO can also help out by, making it public generally. I know they are doing some things, but they can do more to ensure that, the news or the information goes out to help students to prepare early enough. Let it not be it is when it's close to the exam time. Most of them are fresh in SS3 now. This is actually, I believe, the time to begin to sensitize them, to encourage them, to say, please prepare, get equipped, so that when the exams come, you do well, as expected. I want to comment something interesting in the analysis, and that is that this year, NECO also paid close attention. I know they've been doing that, but there are some category of special needs children they've not been considering. I think they also consider the hearing impaired this year, which is fantastic. I don't have a student this year, but I've had students in the past, and it wasn't a funny experience for those students. But I want to also ask or plead that they should also give consideration, because some of us run inclusive schools. You can come check out our schools, check the students, and be sure that okay, they really have the need. For instance, there are children with autism, who are low functioning, who may not be high functioning, and need some more support. They are not going to be taught what to write or what to do. But even when we teach them, we teach them differently. So it's important that they are assessed differently, and even they are marked differently, especially by specialists who, understand their situation.
Much, Olushola. We'll take a short break now. The conversation will continue after the break. Don't go away.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow, under digital economy, for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today. Welcome back. This is still Nigeria Today. We are looking at the review of the 2025 NECO result. And of course, I have the registrar of NECO here in the studio and an educationist that joined us via Zoom. So, Professor Ushishi, Ulishala mentioned exam malpractice. But then for us to look at least, let also commend NECO for the progress report. There's a 61.58% reduction in the cases of exam malpractice. So last year it was 10,094, while this year is 3,878. So can you please tell us what NECO did differently that gave us this result?
Thank you so much. NECO has been doing a lot differently, I think, since I came to curb examination malpractice. So we have zero tolerance to examination malpractice. And they say charity begins at home. So we started with our staff, sensitizing them about the ills of examination malpractice as it reflects their own personality as staff of the National Examinations Council. Whether as you continue to work as a staff or as a staff that has retired. Because the moment NECO has negative name, it reflects on you. While serving and while also out of service. So we sensitize them to realize that, look, this is not good for our personality. So we took measures to ensure that we sensitize them, and every time we are going to have examination, we do that in the headquarters and across the 36 states and FCT. And we embarked on sensitization of stakeholders in conjunction with National Assembly, which was never done before, and the impact is still on. And in conjunction with also the Federal Ministry of Education, we have done a lot, especially when it is time for the common entrance. We go on sensitization of stakeholders about the examinations and about the need for parents to understand that it is not a do or die affair. So that impacted very much well. And looking at what happened to our sister organization recently, we quickly went back to say, okay, let us look at the track of what happened to our sister organization and see what additional measures we could also put in place to curb malpractice. I constituted a committee to look at that and report back in 7 days, which they did. So as a result of the recommendations, we improved on what we had in place, from the printing points to the custodian point, and from custodian points to the examination centers. At the examination centers, instead of candidates, maybe after 30 minutes of study, you can, go out. We observed that allowing candidates or students to go out when the entire examination has not finished, it also contributes to malpractice. Okay. So we now said, once you enter your examination hall or classroom and the exam has started, until the end of the examination,
you're not going out.
You are not going out.
So no, you're not going to ease yourself.
You are not going to ease yourself.
So make sure you ease yourself before you come in.
Yes, before you come in, and take note of the number of hours you are going to spend. Yes. And at the printing point, we also took some measures that we have never taken before. Yeah. And yes, and because also we had recently introduced Examination Intelligence Committee. Examination Intelligence Committee of the National Examinations Council that work hand in hand with the national security outfits, all the security outfits, and also the service providers. You know, we have these rogue websites. Okay, we have these rogue websites. We try as much as possible to involve the service providers, the police digital intelligence unit that handle crime that is related to the internet. So we have collaboration with all these agencies in tracking down these fraudsters that use websites. And we are making progress because we have picked some of them, and we are prosecuting some of those that we have captured, been able to nab. So these are some of the things we have improved, done to improve on making sure that there is a reduction in examination malpractice.
So, Olushola, you mentioned the fact that we should try to, make sure that examination malpractices, are any form of exam malpractices eradicated totally. In your opinion, what do you think NECO should do more to ensure that, our examinations, the results are credible?
Thank you. I want to commend the Professor Ushishi, for those measures. I mean, getting to identify the areas of challenge and mentioning to us now that they are hunting them down, because over the years I've been worried. Yeah, you get to know that some of these people are there. Is there not something that maybe from the national level can be done to get them down, to not allow their website to stand, especially, maybe have online police or something like that who are tracking them down and then cutting short all their plans. So I want to commend him for that. And then the idea of students, when you enter in the exam, all those they may look little, but I want to really, really, on behalf of those of us that are the teachers in the classroom and that are taking care of the students, say thank you for that, because definitely we realize that exam malpractices affect all of us. It is like a monster that keeps, some people thrive in it and they feel that, oh, it's good. But we know that on the long run, what goes around, it comes around. And so, the efforts that NECO is putting in is a laudable one. Once again, I want to still plead concerning special needs children. I know that, there has been efforts to support the visually impaired, but there are other special needs students who also need accommodations during these exams that are well structured, that are not, to open the doors for them to be able to, carry out any malpractice. I know that Prof knows what to do, and we hope that the next exam will even be better. Thank you so much.
So, Prof, I just wanted to wrap up with what she just mentioned, and also to tell us the role of teachers and the parents in ensuring that exam malpractice is eradicated totally.
Thank you for the commendation of NECO's efforts. We are doing a lot, and malpractice does not only destroy individual, it destroys the fabric of a nation. So, and we have zero tolerance to it. For those with special needs, we will continue to improve on their consideration as far as our examinations are concerned. It has not been like this before, and we'll continue to look for ways to improve on their welfare as far as our examinations are concerned. At the NECO level, we are thinking of how to bring stakeholders that relates to the special needs candidates, so that we have a very good understanding of their own problems, the teachers, their teachers, the parents, and the students themselves, where we will converge to discuss their problems as far as examinations is concerned. We are contemplating that, but we have not finalized because we have to take cognizance a lot of logistics issues. And for malpractice, I want to commend the Ministers of Education, Dr. Alausa and Professor Suaiba Ahmed, for the insistence on the computer-based education examination. Is one area that will curb malpractice seriously.
Thank you very much.
And as examination body, we are determined, we have keyed into that vision of Mr. President through the Ministers of Education.
Thank you so much.
Nigerians will see tremendous change as far as
definitely, NECO is doing a lot, and I know they'll still do more to ensure that our examinations, you know, gets to the height that we want it to get, credibility, you know, and of course, of fairness. Thank you so much, Professor Dantan Ibrahim Wushishi, Registrar and CEO, NECO. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Family. And also Olushola Bankole, educationist and former chairman, NAPS FCT. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for being part of the program. I'm Ikaria Clinton. Goodbye.